Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another wondrous Propagandacast from the host Imperial Dane. We will have another 1 versus 1. I'm still looking through the 2 versus 2s, yet I'm still not finding anything that's really interesting to watch. Either it's all sniper spam or MG spam or either some such poor team play I usually saw from the first game, which I absolutely abhorred. In fact, I've seen more of that stuff, which was really one of those things that turned me off 2 versus 2 games in the first place from Company of Heroes. So rather not really seeing a lot, then again nothing really absolutely interesting. It tends to be less flanking, more head-on assault. Again, you know, nothing of the tactical strategic goodness which you can get in a good 1 versus 1. So again, I hope to get some 2 versus 2s up, but again, I'm just not seeing anyone worth showing. And then we'll be watching here, Helpinghans fighting for Germany. This is a mechanized assault doctrine. Fighting for the 1st SS Panzerdivision Standarte versus experts Vonivan. Fighting for the Soviet Union, Comrade Ivan. And the 10th Mechanized Brigade. Using Pioneers heading up, we're seeing a mechanized assault grenadier squad. Marching ahead already here merrily. Trudging through the snow. With no sleigh though. Grenadiers following up here for Hansi. As for Vonivan, what doctrines are we seeing? We're seeing Guard motors, Soviet shot army, and shot rifles. So rather shocking amount of shot doctrines for Vonivan. Of course, you have to see what he goes for, and certainly what he goes for once he sees what Hans is leveraging against him. Mit die Assault Grenadiere. Die Sturmgrenadiere. Although technically, the war unit actually called Sturmgrenadiere. A full division, in fact, was known as the 78th German Grenadier Division, but they were not largely equipped with submachine guns, so in fact heavily equipped with light machine guns and heavy mortars and PaK-40s, beyond even what most Panzer Gun divisions could expect. Grenadiers in a bit of trouble. Assault guys here getting the drop on the conscripts right here, getting in close. For now, not quite pulling back there. Apparently some of them running about a bit too much, which is giving the conscript the jump there, but there we go. The assault guys are back in the fight, fighting away with their schmeissers. Schmeißen die Russen and sending them running. In the meanwhile, Vonivan might be trying to flank in there with some conscripts and comrades going for the cut-off point. Hans rushes back. His assault grenadiers down to 3 men already. MG42 setting up. Conscripts there getting suppressed. Up lieber. And then there we go. The comrades also themselves get the devil out of there. As though Comrade Stalin himself were after them. Grenadiers need some reinforcements. 4-6 Hans, 4-6, MG42 there. Another Grenadier squad on the way. Whoops, resources. I must not forget the resources. Mission's not quite there in the favour of Vonivan. Points are being secured. Assault Grenadiers leading the way as the vanguard, although slightly depleted vanguard. There's still 3 men, and they're reasonably healthy. Although I'm sure they're not enjoying the cold. Hans a bit concerned about this cut-off there. Vonivan having focused heavily in the south there, getting cut off from the fuel there. Sadly not made much progress in the north, which could have given them more fuel there, but not quite. Assault is moving in from Han. Oh, not. God damn it, Vonivan! Why do you have to keep messing up every other name as well? But not von Hans, but Helpinghans. Rushing in there with the assault guys with some MG42 in support. Veterans in 1, but awfully perilously low. Nonetheless, manages to pull it off. Achtung. Grenadiers following up and quickly getting an LMG upgrade there. 3 Grenadier squads to support the assault Grenadiers and the MG42. A rather heavy infantry formation here for Helpinghans. Unleashing MG bullets up there, but there we go, nice mortar, forcing the MG Grenadiers to shift about. That might already be a bit too late for the conscripts. And there we go, we do see that Vonivan is forced to retreat. And then the Grenadiers run into the fire. God damn it, Friedrich. But it's so warm and I'm so cold. Well, there's a fire pit right next to you, but that's not warm enough.
The sector has been cut off.
Going for the victory points. Rather aggressive play. They're actually ignoring the northern fuel point. That's actually a bit surprising there for Vonivan. I would have figured him going for the fuel point first. We're seeing a support weapon company out. We're seeing a Maxim arriving, pushing that little gun through the snow. Then he's getting suppressed. But in return, coming under fire from well-placed MD-40s here, supporting the infantry down south here. Stacked up behind a bunch of corpses. Oh, Conscript Squad up here suffered a rather tragic execution by the fire pit. The cold is no longer one of their problems. And there you go, Maxim is pinned, though note as soon as a machine gun gets pinned, it pretty much drops in the suppression and any other kind of damage, but apparently it managed to do alright here while the MG gunner was reloading. Finding Hub here, Flamethrower gets the advantage versus the MG Grenadiers. Wunderbar, more conscripts, more Maxims arriving. Looks like Vonivan is getting ready to support his conscript Nicky at the front line, though again. Short one squad, that will definitely hurt. Assault players marching straight into the Maxim. We can see quickly there the Heinz went down in the snow, was left behind while the other ones legged in as best as they could.
How can we help?
We are losing a sector.
Point secured, conscripts moving south, no sign of adoption so far from Vonivan, at least nothing that we ourselves as viewers can detect, and thusly not Hans could detect. Sure, could just click there, but again, you know, the trigger's all sort of, you know, being able to sort of pick up cues from your opponent to sort of figure out what could he have gone from those 3 doctrines initially has available. Bunker lightly going up there. Assault gun is getting ready once more. He has teched up. Nice Molotov against the building, forcing the Grenadiers out in the open as the building's again smouldering. Straight into the conscripts, actually taking quite a bit of damage there from the conscripts, gaining veterancy too. The conscripts might win this one. We do see the pioneers rushing in, but they might not be able to do it. Oh, then again, oh, close. There we go, the Grenadiers were forced to retreat, but the pioneers might be able to force away the pioneers. There we go. The Pionier wins the fight. Vonivan might want to consider mining up some spots here and there, just a thought. And we're seeing 3 Maxims up for Vonivan. No mortar. I figure a mortar might be a nice little addition here to sort of bombard Hans' positions. But instead we're seeing a heavy emphasis on Maxim firepower. Maxim.
We could use
The
some
Maxim that Vonivan lives by. Maybe. But Comes was here getting suppressed by an MG-42, stopping up their advance, but nonetheless do see he's gaining most of the map now. More important, he's getting most of the fuel. Assault guns here running into another problem, a wall of Maxim fire. Suppressing the bastards and sending the fascists running, or crawling in this case. Northern point secure. There we go, mines up, lovely. What we like to see. Might be needed to also barbed wire up some areas.
Don't let us freeze.
Assault gun is thinking themselves free of the Maxim. Encounter another Maxim. They're not quite having any luck, these assault grenadiers.
You need fire support?
Grenadiers reporting.
More mines going up there. Of course, in this case, tipping off onto the fact that there are mines. Oh no! He should have expected that from Ivan. Nice advantage there taken by Hans. Realised that mine probably was even close to finished. Popped the rifle grenade just as it did finish, sending off the entire thing in one incendiary murder scenario. Rather unfortunate there for Vonivan. Though we do see some additional conscripts out. Grenadiers taking up position there from the church, providing nice fire support from the other advancing grenadiers. Lots of machine guns up there. Molotovs left and right, forcing Vonivan or Hans to push back. Maxim suppressing the grenadiers. Meanwhile, rifle grenade going in there, almost getting it. Might be needed to merge with it. And there we go, nice merge there from Vonivan, strengthening the Maxim crew, but apparently still managing to force the entire thing back. Also, mechanized assault group not available for Hans, though he of course might decide not to get it. Though right now it could probably do a lot of damage to Vonivan if it rushed in, cleared out some of the Maxims and infantry. And a Stug 3E as well, the Ausführung E. Additional pioneers on survey for Hans, and we are also noting he is tacked up to the 3rd tier. And he just needs to build something from it if he so fancies. And over to Vonivan, who has gone for guards motorized, but we are not seeing anything that could actually indicate it. We are not seeing any mortars, we're not seeing any guards. Rifle infantry, that's actually a bit interesting. Perhaps he's hoping to sort of trick Hans into thinking he's gone for something else. He's trying to pull a fast one. Who knows? And then perhaps hit him with the T-34-85s. So in that case, he probably should get himself a fuel catch, sort of helping towards getting the requisite fuel ready as soon as he hits those 7 command points. So far, he's having a bit of trouble holding on to the victory point, or fuel points. And then going for the cut-off point. Hans knows where the goods are at, the fuel. Of course, he's hoping to, of course, deny Vonivan as much fuel as possible, not showing, of course, what he's going for, but at least knowing it might involve fuel, you know. Then he's in a bit of trouble. Conscripts rushing in, roaring almost, but not quite. Field gun up at the field here. Rifle grenades. Maxim needs to get the devil out of there. Oh, the Maxim went down, not even recoverable. Silenced by Deutschland. And there we go, now Hans knows what there's a field gun up.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Assault gun is charging through the blizzard. Hoping to cut off Hans's fuel in return. A bit of vengeance for the fuel denied to Comrade Stalin.
We are ready.
The fuel which belongs to the Soviet peoples. We are seeing Hans here is quick to mount a quick counter-attack. And there we go, assault grenade down. Of course, they're not quite as strong at range, and that's where the conscripts, in fact, can win against. In fact, we see here that Hans actually ends up pulling away from the veterancy 2. Conscripts, in fact, close to veterancy 3. But now Vonivan's actually moving within the range of the assault gunners. That's actually a bit dangerous, a bit dangerous, a bit dangerous. In fact, that's going to give the advantage to Helpinghans' assault gunners ever slightly. Then again, even looks like they might be... Oh, so close, he should have hung around a bit more. He would have gotten veterancy 2 and might then have been able to overpower those veterancy 2 conscripts. Bit of a shame there. Field gun bombarding here, not quite doing anything. Another Maxim on the way. I really would like to see a mortar of some kind. A heavy mortar could prove devastating, but so could guards rifle infantry. And we are seeing a Panzerkampfwagen has arrived here for Helpinghans.
We are taking fire.
Rolling towards the south ever so slowly.
This now belongs to the people and workers of the Soviet Union. The enemy has already...
Conscripts at the church not doing so well. The Maxim down here, encountering a bit of an overpowering foe.
Use them to crush the Huns.
There we go.
Have been trained to repair
7 command points, but he's still short by about 60 fuel. Probably the problem again, how Hans has effectively controlled the fuel point, and otherwise they're cut off points, which is rather denied Ivan the possibility of actually having it up much earlier.
sector under attack.
So that's definitely been to the advantage right here of Hans. Otherwise, Vonivan might likely be able to pull in some T-35s around soon and actually turn things around, but sadly that has not been the case, and there's neither been an attempt at a fuel catch which might have mitigated the problem by Hans constantly harassing the fuel. So right now Vonivan is a bit in a tricky spot. The Germans are pushing ahead. There's a Panzer on the way. In fact, the Panzer's already here.
Well done, comrades.
Field gun though set up nicely there to stop the Panzer IV from advancing too far.
Squad replenished.
Going after the victory points, which there so far are in Vonivan's advantage. Another field gun arriving there. The divisional field gun, not to be confused with the regimental field gun, which was a much shorter caliber gun. Well, more specifically, low velocity gun, more specifically meant for firing high explosive shells and blowing up positions. Unless sort of a more of a dual role weapon like this field gun, which also works as an anti-tank gun. There we go, though, nice flank on the field gun there from Hans, though in this case an anti-tank grenade quickly intact and sets the engine slightly off. Grenadiers being caught in negative cover. This is actually pretty bad for Helpinghans. Grenadiers quickly pinned and quickly suffering. Also looks like here he was able to secure a Maxim from the enemy.
The sector is at risk.
So soon we will have Maxim versus Maxim.
Field gun standing by. Watch out, the
There we go, another field barrels. Looks like Ivan is a fan of those. That's not bad, hardly at all. Slight bug there when one gets killed, it sort of gets cancelled. Be unfortunate if anything. Pioneers running into a bit of trouble there, but again, once more mans. No, actually didn't, because now he's controlling the centre, so my mistake there. Assault grenades moving in. Might try and pop some assault grenades there on the building, clear it out of conscripts. That could have prove unpleasant there for Vonivan. No such intention that would seem, just sort of ignoring it. Going after the more threatening field guns instead. And now Panzergrenadier have arrived as well, to add in some more serious firepower here to Helpinghans' forces. And stealing it away, declaring it property of Deutschland, of the Reich. No longer a cis, it is a pack.
We are losing supplies to the
And
enemy.
plenty of field guns were in fact used in German service as anti-tank guns. In fact, I believe it's the Marder 2 series, to a large extent actually used Soviet field guns as the weapons mounted on them. In fact, they were reasonably effective, as in fact so effective that when the British encountered them in North Africa, they thought the Germans had already managed to mount the 88mm gun on a vehicle, which rather scared the living snot out of the Brits. And that was not quite the case.
The enemy has cut off a sector. Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
We are under attack! Be brave, comrades!
Minor engagements left and right here. Maxim's fighting. Overall, though, Vonivan's force is looking rather worn out. And there we go. T-3045s are available. Panzer Grenadiers moving ahead. Taking up position in the house by the looks of it. Setting up in a blocking position, perhaps with Panzerschrecks that could easily prove a massive threat there for his T-3045s that have just arrived. As they would definitely have trouble dealing with the Panzer gunners inside the house. We also see we've got a field gun coming up the front here. Machine gun coming under fire, Panzer 4 moving in, there you go. Panzer gun is firing away, need to get into the building, no, get into the building. T-3045 need to pull away as well though, they're taking heavy fire, there we go, Panzerschrecks connecting. And they're having a bit of trouble obviously with the troops inside the house again. Get the devil out of there, comrades. And there we go, victory to the gentlemen inside the house. Bit of a poor engagement there. 4th and Army should immediately pulled out and waited for the infantry to clear out the building. Could he get the Panzers right there? No, sadly not. That did not work out very well there for Vonivan. Tragically so. The Panzer Grenadiers inside the house proved a mighty foe. And of course, we've still got the field gun here now in service of Germany.
Our T-34s have
Which is
been
definitely
outfitted
not
with
proving
85mm
very
guns.
helpful to
We will
Vonivan's
follow
plans
their
either.
tracks to victory.
Of course, you could try and just break through an elsewhere rather than try to break through Hans's strong point, which is the centre currently. Machine guns, field guns and panzers. And we're noting here, he's actually setting up a field catch compared to Vonivan, who might have had a greater incentive towards it again, considering he was planning on a sort of a T-3045 rush. Sadly not quite executing it as well. So clearly Helpinghans, Scheisse. He's planning, of course, on actually probably getting some more armor, or perhaps even going for some heavier stuff with that fuel carriage up there.
Area secure.
Conscripts laying down some flare mines, lovely. They have to be careful they don't piss off the Panzer 4 and set it off accidentally. There we go. Fritz aimed a bit too high. He's running into a bit of trouble. Vonivan continuing to keep up the pressure.
Objective secure.
Pushing up with the C-34 there. Need to be careful. Pioneers doing their best to push back the field gun. And there you go, T-3045 coming to fire from the Soviet, the German field gun now. Flare mine sending off, killing one assault grenadier, lovely. Conscripts going in for the Soviet German field gun. T-3045 pulled back. And there we go. field gun crew most dead, but the T-3045 has taken severe damage. Maxim inside the church might also want to be sitting out there since it's running into some rather serious Soviet opposition. Field gun could be picked up by the Russians and turned against Helpinghans once more. Probably should be. Explosion in the minute. And there we go, field gun recruit. But we are seeing a large counter-attack moving. Grenadiers, panzer guns and MG-42. Needs to get all of this out of there before it's too late.
Heavy machine gun team, prepared for combat.
No combat use. He might have to conduct some self-repairs, but that needs to happen quickly then. Field guns just need to get out to base and get reinforced and healed up. And there we go, self-repairs are on the way. And Maxim far up in the north, I probably should have been covering the centre with some constant gunning back there instead, but no. Apparently Vonivan feels a bit desperate. Field gun once more cleared out, Panzer IV going in. And I do believe what might be happening here is going to be unfortunate. T-3485 continues to repair, Panzer IV moves up. And from what I understand, what happened here is he tried to cancel it, but for some reason he couldn't. It bugged up. So that's rather unfortunate there. Can't blame Vonivan for that. Cannot blame him for that. Back to Helpinghans and time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Hans just managed to pull off a rather successful assault. He's also got the considerably larger force at the moment. More infantry, though he's clearly lost one gun discord with an MG, which is definitely hurting. He's got more support weapons, although he's lacking a bit in the anti-tank gun department. But he's also got the armor advantage currently. So in many regards, Hans looks stronger, though he is shorter on victory points. And certainly not like Vonivan is completely out of the fight yet. Vonivan is a strong player, so there is clearly a chance he might pull back from this. Though again, it's definitely going to be tricky. For Hans, though, who is already setting up here for something big, he's got a heavy Panzer Corps up. Of course, the options are many. He could, for example, get a Sturm Panzer IV and just basically sword up the remaining infantry and such. That way, that might in fact prove to be a good choice. A Panzerwerfer could also help with that. A Panther right now would not be the most efficient of choice. I don't really think, there's enough armor to really justify a Panther. So a Sturm Panzer IV, a Panzerwerfer would likely be the better choice. Of course, you could also just get some Stu 3Es, which would also be effective against infantry. The mechanized assault group, or just save up for a Tiger, which would just, be sort of, basically sealing the deal with something really big and armoured. That could also be an opportunity. In fact, also a bit curious so far. Hans has really only used one ability and only used it once so far from this doctrine. Bit of a shame, that. Bit of a shame. For Vonivan, of course, the challenges, though, are much greater. His force, while still reasonably there, has suffered a lot of blows. His T-3045s really didn't work out again. Partly I think he could have done with the fuel cast sort of speeded up, which again never really materialized. And Hans on the other hand has that, so he's clearly getting the fuel advantage overall, in particular now with 2 fuel points under his hands, or in his hands, I suppose would be better to say. So there are definitely some threats there on the horizon. A guards rifle squad or mortar squad might not make so much sense right now. Again, the primary issue is partly a bit, the Panzer IV. Though again, he's got 2 field guns, guards infantry could help a bit as well. And with some DPs, they could also help against the other enemy infantry. So that is actually an option if you want to think about it. But generally, he needs to sort of build up his front line. Some mines around here would be a good idea, I think. Sort of slow down Hans's approaches through the centre, since Hans seems very fond of moving through there. Also, going for those 2 points would definitely help Vonivan a lot. But right now, the question is really, should he try and go for another pair of T-3045s, or should he perhaps instead go for a mechanized armor company now, get some S-35s, and that way try and win his way through this? And for Hans, it's basically about not just doing anything really, really stupid and losing a lot of units all of a sudden out of nowhere. And anything of these two here would definitely be a good choice, and basically could help keep up the pressure on Vonivan. Though again, anything from here might also prove a valuable choice. A few mines could also prove advantageous in the right spots. A telemine here, or some S-mines there. So let's return to the fight. Maxim here in a bit of trouble. Getting outflanked by the Grenadiers. Panzer IV rolling in.
Enemy is gaining a foothold.
conscripts advancing. Maxims moving up as well. Maxim inside the house actually needs to be careful. And an MG42 awfully close up to the front line. And there we go. Molotov burning it away. He might even lose it. And he did. Hunter's lost his veteran 2 heavy machine gun crew there. 2 Vonivan. He might even steal it and turn against Hans. That could definitely be a turning point right there. Definitely something that could easily do great good for Vonivan. And veterans 1 to the Panzer IV, by the way. Conscripts forced away. The MG42 so far safe from the grasps of the Soviet Union. But for how long? Pushing ahead with the Maxim. A bit bow there from Helpinghans. But we see the Pioneers there flanking up. What's the reason? And he got the MG crew inside the building, losing Vonivan another machine gun crew. Definitely heavy losses there. That's definitely something hurting him. Now he really needs to get back that MG42 and perhaps even get that Maxim if he wants a chance of really getting back into things. There we go. Maxim pushed away, being behind the MG42 there for the glory of the Soviet peoples. And there we go. MG42 all of a sudden. Vonivan's assault grenades once moving in. Veterans is free and veterans is down to free. An attempt at assaulting it. Sadly, not quite effective outside of buildings, which is a bit of a shame. Panzer is charging in. We're going to need the support field. We're going to get a nice kill there. And we're seeing another Maxim out for Vonivan. He seems awfully keen on getting lots and lots of Maxims. Not entirely sure if that's effective. That Maxim needs to get out of that building's about to collapse. Also is filled with a lot of dead machine gun crews. And wrecked Maxims for that matter. I believe there's already 2 Maxims that have gone to ground inside that house. And we're in fact seeing a Sturmpanzer IV arriving. Good lord, 2 days in a row with Sturmpanzer IVs being used. And Vonivan is quite a bit off from a T-3045 again.
Visit imminent. Taking machine gun fire. Things are getting hot here.
Nazi it there on the Maxim crew.
What do you need?
The overall probably could have got a lot worse. Panzer's held up here behind an old truck. Field guns moving ahead, being blasted there by the Sturmpanzer IV. Shots wailing away at the 100mm front armour.
You guys, listen to me if you want to live. Our elite force has been promoted.
We've seen him pulling back his arm. In fact, now we're seeing a Panzer IV on the way. Infantry pushing forwards. Panzer's being pushed away there, although veterans is free now. Infantry marching through heavy machine gun fire there. But Hans's Maxim definitely doing the deed. Panzer IV moving up. Sturmpanzer IV really trying to do something at all. This suppressed infantry. Not quite having any luck though. Field guns firing away. A tracking here right now would be a good idea, I believe. Sturmpanzer IV caught in front of all. So there we go. Tracking is up. And there we go. Veteran 2 on 1. Veteran 1 on the other. Sturmpanzer IV down to less than half health. Pioneers on the flank. Veteran 2 on the German Maxim crew. MG42 crew in trouble from the Grenadiers, looks like. Nope. Fought them up with some armors moving in support. Maxim finally forced to retreat. The Panzer IV though moving up to take over. Firing through the thick snow. Panzer IV moving in under fire from the field guns. Taking a few hits there. Oh, nice hit, damaging the engine right there. Impressive shot, Yuri. Veterans is flee, Pioneers. Veterans is flee, but forced to retreat as well. Vonivan's forces and territories currently is rather scattered all over the place. And again, constantly trying to stay up foot, but again having trouble actually getting the fuel in.
It's ready to use. Engine!
Yes.
Oh!
The enemy is attempting
Yeah.
to steal our sector.
Another Maxim lost.
Grenadiers here.
That's definitely going to be another blow to Vonivan.
Forces are securing our we have casualties.
And looks like he finally actually suffered a squad loss. A Grenadier squad loss there for Germany.
We are losing a sector.
Sturmpanzer forming in rather close. They're wiping out half a conscript squad in one shot. Getting one anti-tank grenade there on the rear. Barely functional by now.
The enemy is taking our territory. Is passing. Normal weather is returning.
But as it ends, the Panzer IV almost ready again.
Enemy has broken our supply
Vonivan
lines.
aggressively taking away as much he can in the north. With the Panzer gunners holding up defensive positions inside the church, ready to stop any fresh armoured assaults from Vonivan as quickly as possible.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. Conditions clear. The blizzard is gone. Machine gun fire.
Sounds like a mine went off, though in this case no one actually got hurt. Another Maxim down. Oh no. Can't say that Vonivan is having much luck keeping his Maxims alive. And these conscripts need to get out there before the assault gunners and the Panzer IV take them out. Of course, remember, it might be, and it's always also remember your machine guns as well. They can be repaired, you just need to have above them when you actually have them.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
What do you need?
Conscripts moving in, engaging the Panzer Grenadier, forcing them off outside the church, and then the Molotov off. Not quite there though, not quite. And now we're seeing Hans getting up Panther, perhaps just thinking, you know, what the hell. Vonivan though seems to make good progress once more, getting back most of the map, setting up positions left and right, pushing up through the centre with field guns, Maxims, and conscripts. Squad there almost wiped out, and once more Sturmpanzer IV comes under fire. This one field gun needs to stop up, stop up. Panzerwerfer finding a way. Veterans on both. Veterans free, that's definitely bad news there. Increased rate of fire, increased penetration, except they can't seem to hit all of a sudden. But one field gun absolutely wrecked right there. And the other one's looking in a perilous situation as well. There we go. Managed to kill the crew. And that was the loss of the Veterans 3. Now that's going to hurt. Back to Vonivan now, who's clearly getting there once more. Panzer come back and front fast moved in. Field gun barely functional. Nice anti-tank grenade there. Needs to pull it back for repairs. And there we go. Looks like artillery barrage going in. Needs to retreat, needs to retreat. Oh, and then just loses it anyway because it was so heavily damaged. Perhaps what Hans was hoping for, who knows?
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
And to cut off Hans's fuel supplies. Anti-tank grenade doesn't do much. Panther trying to crush as many, but the conscripts pulled back somewhat safely.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Pressure all across. But things are hastily falling apart. And there you go, another conscript squad wiped out.
Have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Really hoping for that T-3045 group there to save him.
We are losing territory.
Your order.
A sector has been cut off.
But at this stage, you can't help but feel he might have put too much faith into these T-35s to pull him through. But there we go. A fresh assault group arrives. Assault is actually aimed up within range of the base Duskas. Gaining veterans free though, gaining veterans free. T-35s move up. Can't get down south, need to get the hell out of there. T-35s continue up here. Coming under fire from the Panther and the Panther 4.
This is our territory now.
Maxim there needs to be careful.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Vonivan playing a lot more cautious this time around with his T-34-85s, which is not bad.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
And there we go, German Maxim down.
Glad you're not infantry, comrade.
Panzer Grenadier moving up.
T-34 here.
Sturm Panzer 4 also rolling up. It looks like a large assault grenade to sort of wipe out the remaining armor that Vonivan has managed to scrape together. Panther 6, Panther Gun and Panther 4 now veteran to the Schürzenon.
Under attack by enemy armor.
We are down to 100 points. T-34
Things are beginning to look very sour for Vonivan.
Use them to crush the Huns.
Sturm Panther 4 delivering death from afar.
We are bleeding.
Quite successfully. At least reasonably so. Self-repairs up here to try and sort of quickly get his T-35s back in the fight again. Lack of combat engineers hurting a bit in that regard.
We are losing supplies to the
And
enemy.
another field gun. Lots of field guns, lots of Maxims for Vonivan.
The enemy has cut off a sector. We must protect our HQ.
Panzerwerfer firing away once more. Oh, this Maxim is running into trouble here with the veteran T3 assault grenadiers.
Victory is slipping
And a
from
Sturm
our
Panzer
grasp.
4 moving
We
in
have only
support as
50
well.
points remaining.
They've opened up on us!
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
We are as ready as we can be.
Taking fire!
T-34 ready. You have orders.
Enemy contact!
And another Maxim crew down.
Riflemen ready.
Ready for orders.
Killing the enemy will. We have found the enemy. One last drop of blood. We have training and discipline. Use it.
And looks like another assault in from Helpinghans. Panzerwerfer to sort of soften things up. Panzer 4 moving in. Sturm Panzer 4 also arriving.
Our territory is falling into
Veterans
enemy
one up
hands.
for the Sturm Panzer. There you go, the T-34-5s moving in, coming under fire there from the Panzer 4 and the Sturm Panzer. Panther all setting up. Panther's getting ready to ambush and hit the flanks. There we go, Control almost worked. T-35 down, he's ramming in, and oh, yeah, that didn't do much. Whoops. There we go, the second T-35 is down.
Lost in the defense
That was
of
pretty
our
much all
Rosina.
Vonivan had. Wiped out
Enemy forces
in a
capturing
not
supply
really
sector.
favourable armoured engagement.
We have an
Might
isolated
as well speed things
Our
up here.
headquarters is taking enemy's fire. The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Enemy tank firing on us!
Field gun moving up, also gone.
He has been killed.
Now, in fact, he's got nothing left at all, and finally called in some guards right infantry. And again, barely any survivors by now.
Attempting to capture our territory.
And there we go, game over, a loss for Vonivan. I think rather comes down to a strategy not so well executed. Clearly he was intending to sort of rush for T-35, but he had trouble holding on to the fuel points. And he didn't sort of try to fix that or remedy it by getting some fuel caches up, but ultimately rather left him sort of in between and not really able to sort of execute it very well, which rather gave Hans ample time then to get up plenty of armor and other things would actually put a stop to the T-3045s. That combined with actually losing a field gun to him really didn't help, and ultimately gave Hans ample resources to sort of stop the initial T-3045s, in particular the Panzers inside the house proved to be absolutely vital, since Vonivan actually stopped up there trying to clear them out of the building with the tanks, making them easy targets for everything else as well. And that ultimately proved to be fatal, and ultimately was this sort of thing that sort of began big snowball that resulted in Vonivan's loss. And ultimately then charged from that another T-3045s again, lacking sort of the arm and anything else in the end. He simply couldn't keep it up, and ultimately, he didn't make very good use of his doctrine either. No heavy mortars, no real guards, rifle infantry. I mean, there was only the tanks and the self-repair, not even a marked vehicle, which could also have been helpful from time to time. Certainly that's not to claim that, Helpinghans made absolutely great use of his doctrine either. We saw one assault gun and a few light artillery barrages. That's hardly impressive either. No mechanized assault groups, no Stuks, 3 Es, and no Tiger tanks. Though overall nice use armor, he was able to keep his Panzer IV overall well preserved, actually getting it veteran G2s, and that's nice. Good use of the Sturm Panzer IV, which gained 40 kills. And also nice use there with the Panzer IV, good infantry play. So hardly no problems there, but again, some mistakes. But overall, I think the problem was, that Vonivan was just not able to execute his strategy well enough. There were no attempts to really remedy it, and ultimately that lost him the game. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned a thing or two or three from it. Got some ideas for your own play. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends? If you did, why not subscribe to your own? Provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying, cheers.